Hey friends, welcome back. We're checking out the olives today. It's middle of May and we're finally hitting our first heat wave, as what usually happens. And check out Arbequina. Whew, man, they got hit really hard this winter. It got down to like, I don't know, 15 or 10 or something. Quite low, especially for here. And you can see we had some trees that fell. I've been chainsawing a bunch of stuff. Ooh man, it's been a heck of a lot of work cleaning up all this stuff. We had two major locust trees, probably about as big as this, like 70 footers or something. They both fell. Wind and the ice kind of got on the wobble, and then they blew over. So yeah, been busy with that. And then I wanted to just make sure Arbequina is coming back, because it completely defoliated, and I've never seen it do that before. These two on the other side of it are Crimean varieties. This is Seascape, it says, and the other one's Universal. And I mean, they took some damage. You can tell that some of the leaves are pretty messed up. It looks okay, and most of the little tiny branches are coming back. Like you can see little buds coming out of there all over the tree, so that looks fine. And then you come over to Arbequina here, and I was worried it died, but I'm starting to see, like, right here, starting to see little signs of life. And then whoops, right here, so it's slowly coming back, which is good. Thought I might have to replace it. It's basically my best pollinator. And then this is Universal. This one, I don't know, even less damage. I mean, even some of the older leaves are totally fine. I mean, you could tell some of them got burned a little bit, but not too bad. And they were covered in ice, snow, got pretty cold, and then it rained. Oh, it was just nuts. And then I was also checking out the Fijos over here, the pineapple guavas. And yeah, these are coming back too. Doing the same thing they did last year, which is they have this kind of bizarre, it looks like they're dead. I mean, you can look at that bark, it looks shriveled. But yet up here, there's a bud coming out of it. So they're pretty deceptive. So what I did with these was I just left them alone. And I've been waiting for them to leaf out, and then we'll see which parts of them are actually not alive. And it looks like maybe the whole thing, except maybe just a little tip. Yeah, there's a green spot right there. So they look okay. When I visited the guy down in, I think it was like a couple months ago, back in October, he said they like to be protected over the winter. And yeah, I can tell. He says especially when they're little like this, they need some protection. This one looks okay. Pretty happy with that. Oh, check out this. The California lilac is flowering. Isn't that pretty? I don't see any bees on it yet, but maybe some little ones like that little guy, a little hoverfly. Yeah, they're hanging out. Villa de Bordeaux fig is looking like it's going to be a very productive year for it. Yeah, the fig looks pretty happy. And then, oddly enough, the rosemary that I planted here all died. I wasn't expecting that. It's pretty dry. Although, interestingly enough, the sticks still smell good. They smell like rosemary. So that one and that one died, and that's weird because I bought ones that were supposed to be hardier, and they should have been fine. And this is a pomegranate. I think the top of this is probably dead, but I don't know, we'll see. We got some mushroom action going on. Lots of fun stuff. Spring is definitely here. It's gonna hit 85 today. Pretty warm. Especially because last week it was like 50s. So the switch got flipped to summer. So I took all the indoor plants and sent them outside. So we got our prickly pears over here. They're putting on some new growth. Got a few apples that I've left to sell, which I don't know if anybody's interested in Bramley seedling, but I love it. I actually got to try some applesauce last year that was made out of it. Man, it's really good. I can see why the people in Europe like it. It has an unusual habit though. It likes to grow right out of the tips. It doesn't like to put out side branches. So it's kind of like floppy. And then I split the bananas into 3. So this one's a Vigente Cojo, I think. It's a very short banana. It should fruit at like 5 feet, but haven't gotten it that tall yet. The black persimmons are looking fantastic. They like this really hot weather. They got a cool gray bark on them too. It's neat. So I got, let's see, I think there's like 4 in here. 1, 2, 3, 4. And there's like 2 more back here. We went to One Green World the other day and bought a replacement monkey puzzle for the one that died. And these are passion flowers. This one's snow maypop, and the other one is a similar passion flower, but different variety. The reason we got these is that they have medicinal properties, actually a bunch. Pretty interesting. You can check it out on the NIH website. The most important thing is that they have like a sedative effect. So if you need to get better sleep, you can kind of take any part of the plant, leaves, stems, or whatever, make a tea out of it, or you can grind them up after they're dried and make like a pill. And then these are really good for sleep. And the other thing that's interesting about them is they have properties that help people with ADHD symptoms. It's wild, right? Because usually they give people with ADHD Adderall or Ritalin or some other kind of stimulant. And then these are not a stimulant. So it's quite interesting. I saw a couple studies, and I read through the whole study. It was pretty interesting. They said that this was as effective as Ritalin at a dose of 0.1 milligrams per kilogram of body weight. So that's like almost nothing. Pretty surprising. And then what else we got here? Some other little plants from last year. I think these are yuzu seedlings. They're coming back. These are my rootstock plants. I need to graft again. Kumquat. She ate the kumquats finally. They were really good. Sweeter than the ones in the store, actually. But they had to ripen like 6 months, which is crazy. You know, who cares? Got some avocados. There's a Satsuma mandarin. And then the other thing I'm thinking of doing, which my wife told me I should move to a different spot, is I'm making a little rock area. I'm gonna move it over to probably on the other side, but it's like it's gonna be a sun trap. I've been doing some driveway digging. See over there, lots of digging over there, and I'm hitting all these rocks. So what I'm planning on doing is I'm gonna stack them up in like kind of a semicircle here, and they're gonna face the sun out here. You can see it's very sunny. So they're facing this way. And what I'm planning on planting in front of it is a Satsuma orange. So they're pretty tough anyway, but I'm hoping that this will just be enough to get them over the hump of winter. So I'm a little nervous to experiment with my only Satsuma, so I might like try to start a little seedling and then graft it or something. But this is my seedling that's been growing pretty nicely. It hasn't tried flowering yet, but it's pretty happy. And the other thing I was planning on doing is kind of bending it a little bit lower. And if you bend it, that'll keep some warmth in it as well. So yeah, that's all for now. Hope your spring's going well.